Hey there, it's Colleen Flanagan, mind, body, wisdom expert, master dowser, and author of this best-selling book on Amazon, Fearless, Accurate Dowsing. I want to talk today about the very common human fear of identity loss. A lot of the people I worked with over the years before I became retired just to write books, but when I was a practitioner of energy work, emotional freedom techniques, and all that stuff, they're afraid of losing their identity. They didn't know who they would be if they were healed, if they were no longer afraid, if they were no longer ill, if they were feeling great about themselves, if they had money coming in. There's so many reasons why our subconscious mind will make us afraid in order to keep us in our comfort zone. Because the subconscious mind is like, well, I know it's awful where we're at, but it could be even worse if we change something. So let's just stay where we're at. And it triggers that fear of change, fear of identity loss. I know that one of my clients had a severe acne issue, and he finally came to the realization after we did a lot of clearing that he was afraid of his acne healing, because when he would go out with his friend, who was a good-looking guy, his friend would always get all the chicks and share them and everything, but he wouldn't be the acne guy going out with his friend. And he was afraid his friend wouldn't want him anymore because my client was a good-looking guy, but he happened to have a whole lot of terrible acne on his face and his back and his neck. Once we cleared that, he was just so happy to become this new person free of acne, and it took months for all the acne to heal, in addition to him going to a dermatologist and such as he had been. But the one thing he needed to do was just to clear the fear of identity loss and who he would be with a clean, clear face. And he would have to start dating. And he was terrified to do that. He was afraid of getting his heart broken. And I've worked with other people who are afraid of, being a different person, a healed person, a happy person. They're afraid of being attacked by others, because maybe in the past they had been attacked verbally or physically, and then when they became ill or something happened to them, then the attack stopped, so they just stayed where they're at and were afraid to become attacked again after healing. So all you got to do is think, am I afraid of change, of identity loss, of something being different if I let go of the situations I'm in now, no matter how painful they are? What's the worst that could happen? And you can let your brain make up all this crazy stuff and just write it all down and then start clearing it. I like to use meridian clearing, right? Just start clearing your governing vessel meridian. The endpoints are here. You can start tapping there. Might find a really nice sweet spot that feels really good. Or you can go like this, the crumbling action. You can spin a pendulum. You see me do this as well. Spin it to the left and just start talking about, I now let go of this fear of the worst that can happen when I heal this ailment. Heal my fear maybe of like agoraphobia, going outside. I let go of this fear of losing my identity as, say, an introvert, because then people will expect more of me. And what if I get physically or emotionally attacked or brutalized somehow? If I'm out and about in public, I feel safe when I'm at home. I don't want to change. Yeah, but sometimes it's good just to not have that fear in you, right? Because fear eats away at our insides and can lead to some horrible diseases, which I'm not even going to speak of. Just let it go. I release my fear that it's not safe for me to change, to heal, to be a different person, to lose weight, to become wealthy, whatever it happens to be. I let go of my fear that the bad times will never end once I change. What if I can't go back to who I used to be? What if you don't ever want to go back to who you used to be because you're just so happy and healthy and excited about life now? Think about that. That sure helped me a lot, and my clients. I release this fear of being rejected and abandoned by people who are used to me the way I am. And when I change, they're going to leave me or dump me, or they won't like the new me. And I'll be all alone, and I'll hate that. At least now I know I got a support group I can go to, online or in person. I release my fear that there's consequences to successful change, successful healing. I release my fear and terror of losing who I am, my identity. I know who I am. Maybe I don't love who I am, but who I am is all I've really known for a while, and I feel comfortable here, and people leave me alone, or people are there for me, supporting me, asking me how I'm doing. They'll all leave if I'm well. No, they won't. And if they do, you don't really want them around anyway, right? What the heck was that? Why were they hanging around? Maybe they needed someone to support. They need some healing too. Just clear that out. Anything you can think of that comes up. I release my fear and terror of healing, losing my identity, not knowing who I'm really going to be, being lost, being alone, maybe losing my life purpose. Whatever it is, just let it go. Just let it all go. And when you feel that relief and such, you can just check in with yourself and just say, what's the worst that can happen if I heal and lose my identity as someone who's afraid to leave the house, someone who's an introvert, someone who likes too much wine? Whatever it is you're looking to change, just think about that. And when you can think the worst that can happen, there's nothing. I can see this is good. You're 100% clear. If you're not 100% clear and more stuff comes up, stuff you haven't thought of or stuff that's still sort of there, do some more clearing. Even though I have this remaining fear of healing, fear of losing my identity, I choose to let it go now. I don't know for sure what's going to happen. I'm making stuff up. It's my subconscious mind sabotaging my attempts. Maybe you tried to lose weight a bunch of times, or quit drinking, or cut back on your drinking, or your legal pot, or whatever you do, or you're healing and you only got so far and then you stop. That's a classic fear that success will bring consequences, and you don't want that, right? Keep clearing and then sit down, check in with yourself, test again. And then when you feel, you know what, I'm ready for this, then you could spin to the right, if you like, and spin in some affirmations. I now feel safe to change. I now embrace change. I'm going to become the most amazing person, someone I never met before, perhaps. You know, better than the person before the situations happen, the issues, the ailments. You're going to become way beyond that, better than ever. You'll never be that same person again. And now you know how to heal yourself through meridian clearing, spinning a pendulum, talking about it, letting it go. And of course, this information does not replace a doctor or therapist's care. Could supplement it though, absolutely. There's so much you can do to change, and there's a lot of emotional blocks quite often when we want to change. But you can get rid of them, and that's why I wanted to make this video for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you felt you got something from this video, I would love your comments. You have no idea how much I giggle like a little kid when I see the comments and I help people. That's very important to me. Even in my 70s, I want to share the knowledge I have so no one else has to suffer. I've been through hell in my life. I don't want anyone else to have those experiences. Unless you want to, then good luck. Or better luck next lifetime. So thank you again for watching, for your time. Peace out. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'm so happy to help you any way I can. Namaste. Thank you. When you learn to douse, the universal wisdom is yours for the asking. Please check out my book, Fearless Accurate Dowsing, and any of my self-healing books, all available and very affordable on Amazon. Thank you.